Hi, this is Sarah.
And this is Rachel.
And this is the Rippah Diaries, a podcast where we rip apart episode by episode the Vampire Diaries. Warning, this is a rewatch podcast, so there are definitely at this point spoilers ahead.
Yes, definitely. This week we're talking about season 1, episode 14, Fool Me Once. In this episode, really it's all about Anna and Damon both trying to get the tomb open. And at the end, they do finally get the tomb open, and we see the consequences of all of that. Mm-hmm. But when the episode starts, we see that Elena and Bonnie have been kidnapped. And
Classic.
Of course, we knew they were kidnapped in the last episode, but we open the episode with Elena in the hotel room, and she sees Ben sort of sleeping in the chair.
Yeah. Classic Elena's first kidnapping.
She's always being kidnapped.
Yeah, she really is so frequently, and this is the first.
Yep.
And also, I feel like this one's interesting because she's so clearly new to being kidnapped.
I know. I was thinking that too. She's also so new to being like around vampires. Like she's still so new to the game.
That's like the number one thing I noticed with this hotel scene is she's laying in the bed. Ben is sitting on the chair sleeping, and she just goes for the door, which makes sense. But of course, as soon as she hits the lock, he wakes up.
Yeah.
But she does not think like, oh, he doesn't have a daylight ring, I should immediately whip the curtain open.
Yeah.
That killed me, that every time they tried to make an escape, nobody even touched the curtain. I was like, ladies.
I know.
How have we not realized?
It's unfortunately their first rodeo. I think it has to be chalked up to that. But yeah, I know. I had that same thing. I was like, just pull the curtain. Like, no, it doesn't matter. Just pull it a little bit.
Which she almost tricks him because he's also new to the game. He's only been a vampire for like probably less than a year as far as we know. Anna's only been there since the comet. So he's probably only been a vampire for like a couple months max.
Yeah, that's true.
So he's new to the game too, so he tries to compel Elena, who of course is wearing vervain. She dates vampires, as Anna says.
As Anna says when she catches her after she opens the door sneakily.
Yeah, because she almost gets away with it if Anna wasn't right there, because of course it does burn him.
Yeah, she would have probably gotten away, but then she would have left Bonnie.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, which she didn't know Bonnie was there. Of course, she finds that out in this moment. Anna grabs her, throws her in the bathroom, and Bonnie was forced to sleep in the tub.
She's just in the tub, passed out.
Why'd they have to do her like that?
I don't know. Why could they not put her in the bed? I don't really
Literally
get it.
So rude. So Bonnie, there was 2 beds. Elena was on one, and Bonnie was in the tub all night. It only works in the case of like the reveal that Bonnie's there. You know, as the audience,
exactly.
They don't want us to know right off the bat that Bonnie's in the same place. So it's like, you know. But, like, we kind of knew.
We also already know because Ben kidnapped her, so
she must
just
be
put her
there.
in the same room. I don't know.
So poor Bonnie gets the treatment of being in the tub. The one thing Elena does get right about vampires and actually remembers is in this scene with Bonnie in the bathroom. She remembers the hearing, and she shushes Bonnie to not say anything, and then she turns on the water, and then they can talk without Ben being able to hear them. Yeah. So good job, Elena. She knows one thing.
She's sort of figuring it out. Yeah.
But of course, like, he, you know, immediately realizes and comes in to see what they're talking about, which she's just catching up Bonnie. Bonnie's like
she's
not
just
aware
telling
of
Bonnie,
any of this.
Yeah, they're trying to get the tomb open. They need a witch. Yeah. She's just filling her in. Yeah,
and Elena wanted to keep Bonnie out of it intentionally because Bonnie does say, like, why did I not know any of this? And it's like, well, I wanted to protect you.
Every time. Someone's always left out of the loop for their quote-unquote protection. Yeah. And it never works. It always puts them in danger.
It just puts them in more danger. Bonnie could have been prepared. So yeah, that sucks. But I love the way that, like, when he comes in, Elena immediately, like, the way she, like, turns her body and she grabs Bonnie.
She's like you know, like when you like slam on the brakes and you put your arm across the like the passenger seat. Yeah, she does that basically to Bonnie. It's really cute.
Yeah, that's literally what she does. Like, what is Elena gonna do standing between a witch and a vampire?
She's doing nothing.
But she's getting in the way. It's a sweet moment.
It is.
It is a sweet moment.
It is a good moment.
Not a sweet moment. Ben the jerk says that Bonnie is easy and like made it way too easy.
She was being too desperate. Yeah.
Boo.
Terrible.
What
we
jerk.
hate Ben. He sucks.
Yeah, you gotta kidnap a girl and then also call her easy. Yeah, he does get what he deserves. But anyway, so he drags Elena out to meet Anna officially. And, you know, she just kind of is catching up because Elena doesn't know her. They're connecting some dots there. Yeah. And Anna says that she's basically Jeremy's girlfriend.
Yeah, she's basically dating Jeremy, which... Yeah. Like, they do kind of start dating at the end of the episode, so it's not so far off. But I'm like, Anna, you are insane. Yeah. Like, she's so wild.
Which she does say it as a joke. She's like, we're practically dating. Like, it's clearly, like, part of the plan, but it's just so funny.
It is really funny.
That's where she takes it.
It's just, it adds to her, like,
Her craziness.
Yeah. She's really something. She also mentions to Elena that she looks so much like Katherine, which we already knew, of course. But I think this is the first time they really call it like a doppelganger, and they really hit home. Like, they are identical. Yeah.
If the flashbacks weren't enough to get you, because so far the only people that knew Katherine that have seen Elena is Stefan and Damon.
And and Lexi sort of knew from the picture.
She knew from the picture, and then the tomb vampire. Yeah, Noah. So it's just fun to keep seeing more people that knew Katherine being like, whoa, like, freaky.
Yeah, you really are.
It's not just like a resemblance; it's like identical.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the interesting scene with Anna and Elena there.
Yeah.
Which then, of course, got to go to Anna's boyfriend, Jeremy.
Oh my gosh, yeah, Jeremy is. I don't think he's hanging out with them. But
he's like studying, I think.
Yeah, he's like just kind of doing work at the grill, of course, the library / bar / pool hall / like party venue / everything in Mystic Falls.
We're from a small town. We know how that game goes.
I really do get it. I really do.
There's nowhere to go.
It's funny because it's too real. It's
too real.
But yeah, Jeremy's there just doing work, and Matt is working, and Tyler is, I think he was just shooting pool or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're all kind of having a conversation, and Tyler is just being a dick to Jeremy.
Tyler's just being Tyler.
And Matt delivers one of the best verbal slaps like we've talked about before.
Yeah.
Matt asks him, like, don't you ever get sick of it? And Tyler says, what? And Matt says, of yourself.
So good.
He got him.
Who knew that Matt had so many good one-liners? I did not remember this, but he's already had several this season.
Yeah.
All of them aimed at Tyler, but still.
Yeah, no, he is really good at putting Tyler in his place. That must be why they're such good friends. I feel like everyone needs that kind of balance.
Tyler especially.
Tyler definitely.
Which Tyler in this scene is pretty much just talking about Duke's party. They're introducing the idea that there's going to be this big party tonight by this guy who goes to Duke. His name's not Duke.
Yeah.
And Caroline tells Jeremy that he should come to the party. She goes and gives Matt a big speech.
Yep.
Her first speech of the episode, which she does declare is speech 1 or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just about giving him an escape clause. You know, like she's pretty clear with him about like what she wants, and she just says, if this is not what you want, this is your out, this is your moment, but like we could go to the party together.
Yeah.
And it's such a surprisingly mature moment from Caroline.
Yeah, she's already starting her growth trajectory. And
yes.
She's very open and honest, and she's like, you can have an out if you want, like, I don't want this to be weird. And Matt, thankfully, he usually is just saying all the wrong things to Caroline, but he's kind of like, I'm in, like, I'll go to the party, and I'm down, like, I'm not trying to escape, like,
so that's how the first speech goes. We'll get to the others as we get to them later. Of
course,
meanwhile, Stefan and Damon. Stefan has gone to Damon to ask for his help in finding Elena. It's so sad. Stefan's like, I've been out all night searching the streets of Mystic Falls.
Which just, I don't know what he thinks. Like, he thinks she's just out on the streets.
Yeah. Why did it not occur to him to go to Graham's or to Bonnie or, anybody for help? He's just, like, looking through the streets. Yeah. Just like, maybe she's somewhere.
I'm also just picturing him, like, vamp speeding up and down, like, all the side streets.
Yeah, just like listening, like, where could she be?
Yeah.
It's an interesting tactic from Stefan.
Yeah, but Stefan, he asks Damon for help, and Damon is refusing. Like, he's just like, no, I'm not willing to help.
That Stefan pretty much immediately, like, was, like, insulting Damon. Like, he said something about, I don't even remember what he was saying, but just, he was being usual, poking whatever.
Yeah.
And Damon, of course, is still pissed about the grimoire betrayal of last night, that he's like, I don't want any part of this.
Yeah.
Which also he's like, Elena still has vampire blood in her system. If she dies, so what?
You'll see her again.
Yeah, she'll be back.
What he says. Yeah.
But of course, Damon does still care about the ultimate goal of getting Katherine out of the tomb. So we do
naturally
see him. Yeah, we see he's the one that puts together. There's witches in this town. They make things easier.
They know the little locator spell, which I don't think we've done yet. Bonnie tried in the one episode, but she couldn't do it.
Graham's definitely does it this episode, but they didn't show it.
They don't show it. Yeah, they don't show it.
But either way, he's not even necessarily going for the locator spell so much as just for Bonnie herself. So Damon goes to Graham's to look for Bonnie, and Graham's wants no part of it.
Yeah, no.
She's like, absolutely not. Like, immediately is going to shut it down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they have a little exchange of words where they're pretty much at a stalemate. They're, neither's going to help the other. And Damon says, why don't you come outside and like talk to me like that?
Yeah.
And Grams does come outside and she does the aneurysm thing for the first time.
Yeah, that is the first time we see that. Because Bonnie doesn't know anything.
Well, clearly, she got herself kidnapped, so
she's lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grams has got that goat in her, as the internet says. Like, that is
Grams.
Yeah,
she got that dog in her, like Bonnie.
Yeah, literally. She takes down Damon.
Yeah.
Great moment.
Yes.
And so... Yeah, Damon leaves. He just,
Yeah, he's like, okay.
Tail between his legs or whatever. He's out of there.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we go back to Anna, who reveals to Elena that her mother is in the tomb. Not Elena's mother, Anna's mother.
Yes, Pearl. Anna's mother, Pearl, yeah.
And she actually doesn't care anything about Katherine. She doesn't want Katherine out of the
tomb. In fact, she says no one in the world would want Katherine to be out of that tomb other than Damon. Like the love-struck idiot, I think is what she calls him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty, I don't know. I think it's interesting that she makes that reveal to Elena, and then, they still go on this path that they do to open the tomb and let him get Katherine out.
Yeah.
But,
and it's a nice moment because Elena is so empathetic. I mean, it's like probably the key characteristic of her throughout the entire series. Obviously, when she becomes a vampire, that's a huge part of her story arc.
Yeah.
Anna notices that Elena is sort of like sympathetic to her, to that, like, hearing that her mother is in there really changes Elena's mind about Anna.
Yeah.
And she does say, you truly mean that. Like, when Elena says, I'm sorry for that's happened to you.
Yeah. But Anna is smart, and she's like, we're not going to do the dead mom bonding thing.
She switches topics.
Yeah, she's like, we're not doing this. Yeah, so she then grabs Elena's phone to call Stefan. And basically says to Stefan, we're going to work together.
Yep.
You don't have a choice.
Yep.
Meet me in the town square. And Damon, of course, is overhearing this conversation go down.
Yeah.
And Damon actually is the one who goes to meet Anna in the town square. And they start talking about opening the tomb. And yeah, basically, Anna's just reiterating the fact that she is getting this tomb open. They need each other. That whole thing. And then back at the hotel, we see that Stefan breaks in, throws the door open. The sun starts to burn Ben, which again, it's like, come on, girls, you could have done this so easily. Just
Stefan
yank
knows
the curtain, but Stefan knows. He's been around the block.
Exactly.
And he rescues the girls and threatens to kill Ben if he ever sees him again.
Yep. Yeah. He effectively pins Ben to the ground immediately because he not only throws open the door but the curtains, and Ben's just huddled down with them. He has no choice but to just hide. And immediately gets the girls out, which they had already also attempted to do another break-in, and right before that with the water. Bonnie
tries to burn him with the water. It doesn't work.
They're grasping at straws.
It was a good try, but it didn't work. They needed Stefan to just bust in.
Also, on that Anna and Damon scene, that scene kills me because it's so clearly freezing outside.
Yes, I noticed. So I've noticed you can see their breath.
Yeah.
I've noticed that in previous episodes because it's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
And also Anna looks like she's freezing to death.
Her little
she's
nose
so
is
cold.
So red.
Yeah, she's so red.
Yeah. Even Ian, his hands are really red, and they just visibly look freezing.
Yes, they look so cold, which I get it, for Damon especially, you want him to be in his leather jacket. It's his thing.
Yeah.
But can we get Anna a real coat, please?
Even
she's
then,
freezing. She's barely in a little light spring jacket.
Yeah, her outfit is crazy for that.
Yeah.
But even then, it's why could we have not moved this conversation into the grill? When we were planning the filming schedules, and we were oh, it's going to be
let's get the grill.
Below freezing. Let's just do it in the studio. Let's not make our actors go outside.
I don't know.
Why did they do that?
I have no idea. Yeah. Because also, this is what I was about to say. I also noticed there is a little bit of snow on the ground.
Yeah, you can see snow.
Which, makes sense. It works for the time. It's supposed to be November, I think.
Yeah, it works within the show.
But yeah, why not just go inside or properly dress Anna? One of the two. I don't know.
Because even if she's a vampire and she doesn't technically get cold,
you can see she's freezing to death.
Yeah, you can see she's freezing to death, first of all. And second of all, you can definitely put her in a coat. Everyone else is wearing a coat.
Yeah.
She'll just blend in.
Yeah, you would just wear it to blend in. You can chalk it up to that.
Easy. So Damon and Anna, they're meeting in the freezing town square. Meanwhile, we have Stefan and Elena have gone back with Bonnie to Graham's house. Mm-hmm. And so, first of all, so surprised that Graham's invited Stefan in.
Yes, I don't think I've thought about that before, but I noticed it when we were watching. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Stefan has somehow gotten invited in. And Which I think is really telling. I don't know. It's very interesting.
Because, like, the first episode we saw her, she very specifically said, I'm not going to invite you in.
Yeah.
But this one she did. I mean, I think now that she realizes there's other vampires in town who are actively threatening Bonnie, Stefan is an ally, and he would not ever do anything to hurt Bonnie. That's become more clear.
Exactly. And sometimes it is good to have a vampire on your side.
It definitely is.
I mean, he saved Bonnie and Elena, so yeah, but I noted that too.
And like we mentioned, so Grams obviously did the locator spell to go find Bonnie, which I also think is nice. And I think it's nice that they like knew to team up and like go, you know.
Yeah.
She'll find them and he'll go get the girls. Yeah. And that's really nice.
It's a good dynamic. I wish we could have seen more of it, but.
Yeah. Also, I love Graham's dialogue in this scene. She says that witches are always being pulled into vampire business, or like that witches have no position in vampire problems. And it's so true. Like, that is the line that could sum up basically the series for all the witches, and honestly even the originals, like, or the originals more so.
If you go all the way back to the beginning, witches never should have done anything with the vampires. But
exactly. So I really like that line from Grams, because it's kind of the first we hear of it, because obviously Grams and Bonnie are our only look right now into the witches of anything. And it's funny that even now it's like, witches have no business in vampire problems. Yeah. So really liked that line from Grams. Yeah. So that's sort of where we're at with them. They're not really sure what their move forward is. They don't want to be just trapped in the house.
So Elena proposes to them that they should just let Damon get out Katherine and, you know, leave the rest of the tomb vampires. They don't have to come out. But she suggests that. Graham says at first very, like, no. Yeah. But then I don't know. I mean, Elena just sells it so well. She's, you know, Stefan says that Damon is still very angry. Yeah. She says he's not angry. He's hurt. There's a difference. And I think
Elena,
this understanding, I think Graham sees that empathy and also sees there's no realistic other way around it.
Damon's will going forward. Everyone.
Yeah, Damon will kill Bonnie. He will kill Grams. He does not care.
Yeah.
So, they do finally agree, like, okay, we will just, you know, do this. Yeah. And Elena knows what she has to do.
Someone else who knows what they have to do, Anna, she finally makes it back to the hotel room after meeting with Damon. She finds Ben curled up on the floor. The girl's gone. He's obviously just completely messed that up. And she's mad for like a minute, but then she quickly realizes, like, as we said with Elena, Damon's not going to stop. Damon will get that tomb open.
Better to just go along.
Yeah, so she realizes, like, all she has to do is be at the right place at the right time, and she'll get her mom back.
Yeah, so, which, luckily, when she ran into Jeremy in the square before she met up with Damon, he invited her to a party, which, of course, they're having in the cemetery.
Yeah.
So it's all coming together. Yeah, it's all coming together.
Everything's going to be in place.
Yep.
And speaking of getting things in places, Elena goes to Damon.
Yes, of course.
This is an important scene, an interesting scene.
I think so too. Yeah.
We could talk about this scene for a while. There's a lot to say. So Elena goes, and she's not necessarily apologizing for the betrayal, because the betrayal was only last night. It's only been, like, 12, 13, 14 hours since that. But she doesn't necessarily apologize, but she's kind of trying to, like, make good, you know? Like, I feel like she's trying to say, like, you were willing to work with us yesterday. We can help you today. Like, let's just do this. And Damon says the title of the episode, love when that happens, Fool Me Once. Yep. But he does start to go along with them, and that's because Elena is, like, really pushing. She says, you know, we went to Atlanta together. You didn't compel me there. Like, you trust me. You know, like, we have this understanding. And that's exactly what she says. She says a line that I feel like is, the first time I remember watching it as like a teenager, my heart stopped. It jumped.
It just drops.
She says, you and I, we have something.
An understanding.
A long pause between that.
Yes.
Yeah, and then an understanding, which is kind of the drop back to reality. But you can kind of see it in his face that it's like, we have something.
Yeah.
It's so good. It kills me. But, like, she voiced exactly what we've been saying. That's what we've been saying for
exactly,
episodes.
Yeah. We've been saying it. She obviously sees it. She senses it. Yeah. Everyone senses it.
Everyone senses it at this point. Definitely Stefan and definitely Damon.
Yeah.
And so they have an understanding. And Elena, you know, Damon is still pushing back. He's still like, well, you still betrayed me and whatnot. And Elena takes off her necklace. We've said this time and time again, Elena and Stefan and the necklace and Damon, there's so much symbolism
There's
in there.
So much going on.
And in this moment, she takes off the necklace so that Damon can compel her, I suppose, to get the real answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she says, like, ask me without the necklace. And he just picks up the necklace and puts it right back on her.
Yeah, and then he says, one of my favorite things, he says, I didn't compel you in Atlanta because we were having fun and I wanted it to be real.
Yeah. That kills me. And I wanted it to be real. I literally teared up right now.
I know,
when we were
me too.
watching it.
No, I was tearing up.
I've seen it so many times and I teared up. I was like, it's just so
he's
real.
So pure.
It's so, yeah.
He's so pure.
And he's not pure at any other moment.
No, not really.
But in this moment, he is. And it's so honest. And, like, that's what they kind of needed to have between them to work together.
Definitely.
And so that seals the deal. They then go to, not the party specifically, but the party is just outside the tomb. So they go through the party to get to the tomb to go do this.
Yep.
And Elena does realize, like, wait, the Duke party is tonight, like, right here.
Yeah.
And they're, like, a little worried about it. While they're walking through, Caroline and Matt come right up to them.
Yes, Matt and Damon get introduced for the first time, which I didn't realize they hadn't met before.
I know, it hadn't even occurred to me.
But I guess they wouldn't have.
Yeah, why would they?
Yeah, and then Caroline, oh my gosh, she, like, grabs Matt's hand as they're talking to him, which, you know, she'll get into in one of her speeches. Yeah. But, yeah, she grabs his hand, and Matt, obviously just in the last episode, had said he still has feelings for Elena. He's not ready in that way, but
and they've already had so many issues about Caroline being jealous of Elena. So it kind of feels like that at first, where it's like, okay, Caroline, like, chill, like, Elena's here, it's not no competition. Relax. Which of course we will address what that really was about in a minute. But I just love the Damon and Matt introduction. Matt's like, oh, we haven't met. I'm Matt. And Damon goes, there's a reason.
There's a reason. Matt, he's right.
Just walk away.
He's right. Yeah. He just leaves.
Immediately no interest.
They go on their way. Yeah.
Also at the party, though, of course, is Jeremy.
Yes.
Who starts fighting with Tyler.
Oh, my gosh. Of course. These boys. I'm like.
These boys.
Just hug it out. Kiss it out.
Okay,
Something
but
needs to happen.
It's always Tyler, though, and it's, of course, for good reason.
Tyler's always being terrible. Yeah.
Tyler's got that werewolf gene. He just wants to fight everyone all the time. And for some reason, it's usually Jeremy.
Yep.
And he just, like, is asking him about where to get weed.
Yeah.
And then Jeremy won't give him any, so he gets mad at him. It's just very weird. But at the perfect time, Anna shows up, and that does give Jeremy an out. And so they kind of walk off into the woods, and they're deeper in the cemetery, because the woods, the cemetery, it's all kind of one spot. And he mentions that it reminds him of someone, which obviously we know is Vicky. So I thought that was an interesting little view into how the cracks of the compulsion are there.
And it definitely widens in this moment, because they lean in for their kiss, and of course, I don't know what it is. I guess maybe it is more sexual than we thought, but Anna gets the vampires again.
Yeah. Well, and I wonder if it is, like, sexual in that moment because of the kiss. Because what also happens right before it is she tells Jeremy that she's leaving town.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. There's, like, a lot of emotions that go into that of, like, they're kissing, but they're saying goodbye. There's a lot going on in that moment. So I'm like, I don't know. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. But it is definitely another example of, like, getting the vampires while kissing, which we've been looking for.
Yeah.
So interesting. But, of course, they don't even get to enjoy that very long.
No.
Because Ben hits Jeremy over the head, knocks him out.
Which Anna points out, and I agree. Yeah. So unnecessary. Yeah. He did not have to knock him out like that.
No, he literally didn't have to.
Yeah.
He's like, they have a weird dynamic, Ben and Anna. Clearly, she, like, seduced him in order to, like, turn him into a vampire and get him on her side. Yeah. But he, like, buys into it so much, and she barely plays into it at all.
Yeah, she doesn't really seem that interested. And I've thought about it before. Like, is she at all interested in him?
No.
Like, yeah, no.
She's definitely not.
No, she's definitely just using him. But he doesn't seem to get that, which should be obvious, but...
Poor Ben.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Damon, Stefan, Elena, Bonnie, and Grams are down in the little outside the tomb area, and they're getting the spell started.
Yeah, they're getting the balls rolling. Damon's there with his blood bag for Katherine. Yeah, that's all going on.
Yeah, they're ready to open the tomb.
Yes.
But meanwhile, the rest of the teens are still enjoying the party. Sort of.
They're having their little teen drama.
Yeah, they're enjoying it as much as a teen enjoys these things.
Yeah.
Tyler and Matt are talking about Caroline, as they do, and Matt is just saying he's sort of afraid that she's clingy. He's not really sure how he feels about it. Tyler's just like, good, I want my boy single. Like, he's like, yeah, don't date her.
I really hate to say it, but I kind of love what they did with Tyler. Like, they really, he's He's so robust. He's so true to himself. We've all known some fratty guy who's like, I just need my boys with me. I need them single. I hate women. Not that that's good, but we all know that person.
It is real.
And apparently, like, Julie Plec and Kevin Williamson knew this person too, because Tyler has a very complete picture right now.
Yeah, he definitely does. Like, if he had made it to college, he would have been the frattiest frat boy.
Oh my God, he would have loved college. I guess he goes for like a minute, but...
Yeah, but he's got a lot else going on when he goes. But yeah, he really would have been like, I mean, look at his Halloween costume with the Greek life. It said everything there. So yeah, he needs his boy single, so he's glad. He's not rooting for Caroline.
Yeah, no.
But she does come over to talk to Matt for speech number 2.
Yep, 2 at this point.
And Caroline is getting so self-aware.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely, I, like, praise her in this episode for...
She's so open and communicative. I always think her growth starts when she becomes a vampire. But I'm realizing now, I do think it starts at least. I mean,
it definitely starts now.
Yeah. I think we talked about this in the episode it happened, but I think it really started when Damon was like, you're shallow, you're useless, you're nothing.
It was terrible that he said that.
Terrible that he said it. But like you said in that episode, you have to have that moment of realization when you're... a young person, like, you need to realize.
Yeah, it was like
you do have
the most brutal way to be told it, but it does usually it happens because usually someone will tell you, like a friend or whatever. Damon was not doing it in a friendly way at all.
No,
but it did start. But
she worked it to her advantage.
Yeah, and so she gives Matt this speech that's basically like, I'm sorry I grabbed your hand in front of Damon and Elena. And she reveals that it wasn't actually about Elena. Like, she understands the Elena of it all for Matt. It was because of Damon. Because Damon treated her terribly. Really badly. As we just discussed, calling her, a shallow waste of space or whatever. Yeah. And it was really just she wanted to prove that she was with a good guy. Yeah. And that's so sweet.
It's so sweet and it's so valid. Like,
it's so valid.
Not a great look in front of Elena, but I totally see where she was coming from. And it makes
1,000%.
It way less, like she calls it, lame.
Yeah. And the fact that she is so honest to tell him that also says so much. Like, even now, like, as an adult, I mean, I feel like I'm pretty good at, like, just saying exactly how I feel and whatever to anybody. But a lot of people that I know would not admit to that.
No.
Would not even, like, realize that. They wouldn't even be able to, like, I don't know, like, form that thought into an actual sentence. And so it's really impressive that she actually is that introspective and that she can voice it to him that night. Yeah. And it really, I think, it proves we don't give human Caroline enough credit.
No, we really don't. Yeah, her growth has really already started, and she's becoming the Caroline we all love. She still has some annoying traits, as Elena would call them.
She's
got
some rough edges.
She's getting there. She's getting there.
And then we also have speech 3 too, which is the final sort of moment between Caroline and Matt in this episode. That happens a little bit later, but that's basically her saying she doesn't want to mess this up and that she is trying really hard to get it right. And then they kiss because Matt, he also wants to, like, get it right. He doesn't want to mess it up either.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, of course, she is a rebound for Elena for him, but he's trying to.
Yeah, Matt is trying. He's
got a lot going on with his sister, with his mother, which we'll only get into in the next few.
Oh, yeah. That'll really unravel in the next episode.
Yeah. So Matt's got a lot going on. Yeah. So he needs this, and Caroline needs this. And they ended in a pretty good place. They have their first kiss, and it's nice. They both had a lot of growth through this episode.
Didn't they already have a kiss?
Oh, darn it, they did at Unpleasantville at the dance.
But it's the first. True. It's the first more something kiss.
Yeah, I do feel like this one felt more real in a way. Because the first one,
real kiss,
Yeah, like the Unpleasantville one after the dance was almost more like, it was Matt apologizing. Yeah. And it was just supposed to be like this romantic moment, whereas this one felt like a real recognition of
also
of
a genuine moment. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a real, like, let's make this work.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like we're really in a relationship at this point. Yeah.
Second kiss, but it does feel
first
like the real one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the teen drama.
Yeah.
Now nowhere for the real drama.
Yeah, nowhere near as bad as the real drama that's going on with the ritual. Yeah, we see... Yeah, we go back to the ritual. We see Bonnie and Grams chanting. Mm-hmm. They get the tomb open. They remove the door from the tomb. And of course, before Damon goes in, he says he wants to bring Elena in with him. And Stefan is gone to grab the gasoline. Because they're gonna.
Why did they not bring that with them?
Why would they not bring it down? Yeah. And also, I don't know. It's so drama that they're gonna burn the tomb vampires. Like,
why couldn't they have staked them?
Just leave them. Yeah, or stake them.
Yeah. I understand not wanting to take the risk of them getting out.
I guess.
But it's like...
But stake them.
Stake them. I guess that would take too long.
Crazy to just kind of go in there, like,
going down the hall, staking everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little
I guess
excessive.
it's a little much.
Okay, they're smarter than us. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay, you're right. Okay,
they
never mind.
know better. But again, why not bring it down in the first place?
Yeah, bring it down in the first place, but...
Either way, Stefan is totally distracted because he also sees in that moment that Anna and Ben have Jeremy, and Anna's like, I'm gonna get my mom.
Yeah, she's like, you can stop me, or you can save Jeremy from Ben, who's about to feed on him, probably to death.
So...
Of course.
He has to help with that situation.
Yeah, of course, Stefan helps Jeremy. Saves him.
And that is what gives the opening then, that Damon's like, I need to take Elena in. Like, I need my leverage. And again, Elena totally gets it. She's like, it makes sense. He needs to know he's safe. I'll go. It's fine. I love the tomb vampire music theme that plays. Like, I cannot replicate it with my mouth, so I will not try to. But, like, it's just, like, this cool... They also play it in episode 1 for Damon. It's kind of like his theme in the first episode. But there's this very distinct music that they play when the tomb is opening, like, just as the door kind of slides open. Love it. I feel like it perfectly scores the, like, drama and, like, the seriousness of the moment. And then Anna goes in right after Damon and Elena.
Yes.
Bonnie kind of tries to stop her, but Graham's just like, let her go. It's fine.
Just let her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which at this point, Anna rushes in. Bonnie's like, why would you let her just go in? Like, why? She's going to save another person. And Graham's reveals the seal is not down at all. They literally just moved the big stone door. Yeah. And... no one is coming out except Elena because she's human. No vampire will come out.
Yeah, the spell doesn't hold humans in, only vampires. Yes. And they did nothing to remove it.
Yeah, they did not remove it. Which, and then, of course, at this point, I think Stefan comes down.
Yeah, he's burned Ben with the flamethrower.
Burned Ben alive. Yeah. Great. And Stefan wants to go in. Yeah. Because he finds out Elena's in there. Yes. And he doesn't. But we see Elena is fumbling around in the dark. Damon
immediately abandoned her.
Like, ran away. He was like, I'm finding my girl. We're getting the hell out of this town. Yeah. Yeah, he left her. She's fumbling around. She's tripping over all of these vampires. Which, also, I just want to say, why would she not just turn around and go right back out? I think she's not even with him.
Yeah, that's true. I thought that too. Like, at first I understand of, like, she was calling out to him. She was clearly trying to stick next to him for protection and for, his leverage. But yeah, by the time you realized he's nowhere near, I need to get out of here.
Just leave. That's what I would have done. But
she
sees like their red eyes and everything.
She's too lost in the sauce. She doesn't know what's going on at that point.
Yeah, she's definitely very confused. Yeah. And then of course Anna pops up out of nowhere. Tells her that she made a promise to herself long ago. Gilbert blood would wake her mom.
Yeah, and it was really convenient then that Elena just happened to be there.
Yeah, how convenient. And also, apparently she was thinking of using Jeremy, but then Jeremy's upstairs. I don't know.
I think she was gonna carry her mom out to Jeremy, I suppose. But yeah, Elena already being there was a lot easier. Yeah. Which of course then Anna bites Elena and she screams and that Stefan is outside and hears this and just without thought immediately rushes in to save her.
Well, before he does rush in, he I guess they did already tell. Yeah. They did tell him, but yeah, he rushes in and Bonnie is so upset and I guess I'm just wondering in this moment, like, when did the opinion of Stefan changed?
I was thinking that too. Why does Bonnie care?
Bonnie is all upset with Graham. She's like, you can't just let him be stuck in there, all these things, which of course is the impetus for them actually dropping the seal. Yeah. But why does Bonnie care? I thought she was neutral at best.
She was kind of neutral. I think after he saved her when she fell into the initial tomb falling, she kind of liked him better. But I don't think she loves him necessarily. I honestly think it's just because she knows how terrible it would be for Elena. Yeah. It's just an extension of Elena is my assumption. But I thought the same thing. I was like, okay, Bonnie, you're suddenly just caring about Stefan when you've never really displayed that before. Yeah.
I think it could be an extension of Elena, and that's what I think we have to chalk it up to. Yeah. But I don't know. She's just immediately like, yeah, I can't leave him in there. All of these things that I'm I don't know if I really see it fitting with the the Bonnie we know currently, but
yeah, not really.
I guess she has seen Graham open up her home to him. Graham's open up her home to him.
So. She definitely trusts him more. I mean, he saved her today, so if nothing else, she kind of owes him in that way.
I guess that's true. Yeah, she does kind of owe him. Yeah,
and then similar to that, Stefan is pretty dead set on not only getting Elena, but also getting Damon.
Yes.
He is, like, really looking for Damon. Grams and Bonnie have started the spell of dropping the seal.
Yeah.
Anna and Pearl get a chance to slip out.
Yep.
Elena's waiting outside with them. And Anna throws a quick, like, I'm sorry, it was just all to get my mother.
Yeah.
Jeremy's outside, he's completely fine.
We'll leave him alone.
Yeah, she immediately, like, once she gets what she wanted, she's immediately, like, cool. She's like, we're good.
Yeah. Like, truce. Yeah. Like, let's call a truce. Yeah.
And she's out of there. But then Elena's seeing, like, okay, these guys got to get back because Stefan is having a hard time getting Damon to leave. He's, like, freaking out.
Yeah, and we also see Bonnie and Grams are struggling. Yeah. To keep it down.
Yeah, they can't keep it down that long. And it's, you know. So Elena makes the decision to run in to go find them. And this scene is so heartbreaking.
They have a lot of great scenes, Damon and Elena.
Lots of great scenes in this episode. And this is one of them where... you know, again, Stefan is trying to get Damon to leave.
Let's go.
Damon
not
won't.
Worth it.
And then you hear Elena yell out Damon's name, and you can just see in the look on his face that he's like hoping for that split second that it's Katherine.
Yeah.
And when he sees her, he's like a little disappointed, but also like he does trust Elena, and so that finally does pull him out of it.
Yeah.
And he realizes like, oh, we have to go. Like she's not in here.
Yeah.
Which also, just to throw out there, he does throw the blood bag that he had brought for her at the wall.
Yeah, he throws it against the wall out of anger. Yeah.
But, you know, so they finally get out. So Stefan, Elena, and Damon, they all get out, and the door, like, shuts just right behind them. The, like,
they
big stone
barely
door
get out.
closes. Yeah. And so that ends the tomb sequence. Bonnie and Grams have finished their spell work.
Yeah, they go
rush
off
upstairs.
On their way. Yeah.
And Stefan and Elena immediately go to check on Jeremy. He's like knocked out because he got hit over the head with like something.
Over the head. But he's ultimately fine.
He's fine.
And as I think they're kind of clocking that he's fine, Damon comes
Someone
up.
else is not fine.
Someone else is really not fine.
Yeah.
So Jeremy's good. So Elena rushes over to Damon and at first, no words are spoken. She just hugs him.
She just immediately hugs him. He doesn't even, like, move. He's catatonic.
He is so despondent. He is not okay.
Yeah.
And she just goes, I'm sorry.
It literally...
Heart-wrenching.
Literally is so devastating. And the look that Stefan gives, like, watching them, like, you can tell. Like,
he knows.
He knows he has a problem.
The TikTok sound, he knows. Yeah.
He, again, like, we've talked about it 8,000 times, and they've talked about it, too, of history repeating. And I think, like, Stefan did realize it. Probably the first time was the decade dance when Elena was really looking at Damon as a protector. But in this moment when Elena is not only looking at him as a protector, but also she has so much sympathy for him. And she's comforting him. And this is just such an, like, empathetic moment for the two of them. And Stefan just kind of has to stand and watch. It's like this big, like, history... it might be repeating itself.
It really might be repeating. That's the whole theme of the show, really. Yeah. It's
crazy. This it's like a 30-second scene of him.
It's so quick.
Like watching and her running over, but like there's just so much. You could unpack that scene for like hours, honestly.
No, you really could. And maybe it's too early to bring this up, but something that we've talked about before that I was thinking about and I have been wanting to think about on this rewatch because I've never really known for sure is we've talked about when Damon actually falls in love with Elena.
I was thinking about this as well.
And of course we know it's not before he realizes Katherine isn't in the tomb. Like it can't be before that. It just can't be.
Fully.
Not fully. Like his heart is open to her.
Yeah.
But not fully. But I don't know. I think again he's not immediately over it. He's not over Katherine. But I think that comforting in that moment, like her saying Elena saying she's sorry, I think that's the beginning. I don't know if that's exactly the first moment it's real, but it's it begins. It sets the ball rolling. I don't know. It's like a pre-moment.
I thought the exact same thing. Like I do almost think that it sort of started even before this, but this was like a key moment. Like, you know, of course with Elena, we know all of her sort of key moments and the one moment that did cement it. And I don't think Damon as much has a one key moment, but he definitely has several. And this is one of the major first where it was like she showed him kindness and empathy on a level that no one else has shown him potentially ever.
Yeah. No, I mean, clearly not Katherine. And I think that contrast in that moment is, especially with what he finds out later, is not lost on him.
Yeah.
Like, that she is so different and she does really care for him when not many other people have.
Yeah, definitely. So that ends the night. Everyone goes home. They go their separate ways. Elena goes home at first with Jeremy.
Yep.
And poor Jeremy is so cute in this scene. He's like, you know, obviously Elena took him home because he was like knocked out.
Yeah.
And she's like giving him aspirin because he says his head hurts.
Yeah.
Clearly he got knocked over the head.
Yeah.
Elena is literally just serving up aspirin basically.
Yeah.
And it's so sweet. He's like, I swear I didn't drink that much. Like, I have no idea how I passed out.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. It's such a sweet moment. Like, again, the compulsion, while it was bad because he didn't want it, it was really good for him.
It was. He needed it, sort of.
He really needed the personality change.
Yeah.
And he's just such a sweetie right now.
Yeah. This also begins his status as the investigator, you know, the binger.
Yeah, you mean Jeremy Bing Gilbert?
Yeah, Jeremy Bing Gilbert. Yeah, like Chandler Bing's long lost like nephew.
Yeah, he loves to bing.
He's always
things.
on Bing. But yeah, Elena asks like if he remembers anything, and Jeremy says no.
Yeah,
he says no, not really. Like it's kind of cloudy.
Yeah.
But then Elena leaves to go to Bonnie's. And we see him run to his computer and Bing, not Google, Bing,
Bing,
vampire. Literally just vampire.
Just generally.
Okay.
He probably just gets like Twilight.
You gotta start somewhere. It's like me doing any research. I'm like, throwing a word out there.
Yeah. Just the most general word ever.
Yeah.
But that obviously clues us in that, like, he saw Anna's face, which he did in episode 12, I think, as well. So I don't know why... I guess he didn't really chalk it up to anything.
Yeah.
He probably just thought he was seeing things or whatever. But this one, it was like, okay.
Yeah.
Something's going on.
And also, I think, well, yeah, he knows Anna has already kind of planted that seed about...
Yeah, she's been way too obvious.
Yeah, she's been so obvious. And also, I mean, he did get knocked over the head, but we don't know, like, what he heard and was kind of present for and can kind of remember. So,
yeah.
He might know something is going on.
That's true.
But yeah, he's starting to figure it out, and he begins his Bing search. One of many.
Yeah, Jeremy Bing Gilbert, the first of many.
Yep.
Anna's leaving too many clues. He's figuring it out. Speaking of Anna, she goes to her little hotel room with her mother, who's just, you know, still hobbling along.
Yeah, she's so frail.
But Damon is lying in wait, and he attacks them. And Anna admits that she knew. She actually knew the whole time that Katherine was never in there. And she saw Katherine in 1983 in Chicago. And that Katherine knew where Damon was, and she didn't care.
Yeah. Which also, isn't this when she's following Stefan around in Chicago to all the Bon Jovi concerts?
Probably, actually.
So that...
Yeah.
He doesn't know that, but...
Yeah.
Ugh.
Messy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this, I mean, Damon not being able to find Katherine in the tomb was obviously devastating and a blow. Thing. But this was like a whole other level.
Yeah. Because, like, it'd be one thing if, you know, Klaus did catch up with her.
Yeah, and maybe she
that's
was
where
dead.
She had been for the last 145 or, that many years.
Maybe the founding families killed her and she never made it in the tomb. You know, like, I think as Damon, it's like, okay, now I need to figure out why she wasn't in the tomb. Because there could be 1,000 different reasons. Unfortunately, it is the worst possible version of those reasons that Katherine obviously faked her own death and is willfully ignoring him.
Yes.
Even though he has spent the last 140 years desperately trying to wait for her and find her.
Which
and
she's
loving
known
her.
and didn't
she
care
did
about.
Know. It's a really devastating blow. It just makes all of it so much worse. So he has to go home and just stare into the fire, which, relatable. When I'm miserable, I also just want to go stare into a wood-burning fireplace.
Yes.
And so the sweetest moment, actually, between, I think, Stefan and Damon pretty much yet is, you know, Stefan's on the phone with Elena for, like, a second. He, you know, says, like, I gotta go. Yeah. And he just sits down next to Damon just quietly. Just
no words.
No words. They just both
kind
sit
of
in silence looking at the fire. And it's really nice because it does sort of feel like, for the first time, maybe Stefan does sort of understand and empathize for Damon.
Yes, definitely. I was thinking that when we were talking about Damon's moment with Elena, I think this is Stefan's own way of having a similar sort of moment with him where he's like, okay, I do empathize with you. Like, I can kind of see now the extent you were willing to go to and how it wasn't reciprocated and how that could be devastating for you. Yeah. And he starts to sort of understand Damon a little bit more, I think. Yeah,
and it's nice because I do feel like Stefan could have immediately, like, been a I knew it or I was right moment.
He definitely could have because we all probably knew. Yeah.
And Stefan had said, like Katherine didn't care about us. Katherine was compelling us. Like Katherine definitely could have been this could have been Stefan's I told you so moment.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad that he realized like, I just need to be there for my brother. Yeah. I don't even need to say anything. I just need to sit with him.
Yeah, just be near him.
It's really sweet. I'm glad that they get that moment. And then we get devastating moment.
Oh, God. Yes. Elena has hung up the phone with Stefan and she is at Graham's house with Bonnie. Mm-hmm. And Bonnie goes into Graham's bedroom to check on Graham's and finds that she's not breathing. Yeah. Graham's has, sort of passed away in her sleep. She went to take a rest. Because the spell really drained her. Yeah. And she's now...
Also, I noticed, too, and I hadn't really clocked it before, that, like, she did the locator spell earlier in the day. They did the spell to open the door.
Just the door,
They did the spell to open... Like, she had been doing a few spells sort of leading up. And then she did the aneurysm spell at Damon. So she was doing spells all day. Which, I mean, we don't really know how many she usually does, but just opening the door alone is, like, a big push. So, unfortunately, she did use so much magic that she just... drained herself and just passed.
Yes. This, talk about tearing up earlier at the Damon and Elena moment. This had me really glassy-eyed.
I know, me too.
Elena, Bonnie calls for Elena and Elena tries to call an ambulance and Bonnie reaches for the grimoire and is flipping through the pages and
she's saying she could fix it.
She's trying to fix it and Elena just has to embrace her and
I know.
kind of feel like Bonnie...
she's gone.
She's gone. She's passed away.
It's so devastating. It's such
really
like
is.
Bonnie gets the short end of the stick sometimes. Yes. And this is definitely one of the biggest.
The first and biggest, I think. Yeah.
So, well, not the biggest. I can think of another biggest.
There is one real biggest,
but this is
maybe the second biggest.
Yeah, it's definitely a major one, and this is the first one. Yeah, and the direct effect of the vampires causing Bonnie to lose something. Yes, and it's just so devastating. So that's where we leave off with the girls, and then we get a little hint at what is to come.
Yes,
we pick back up with that blood that was splattered in the tomb, and it's just enough to wake up one vampire.
Yes.
Who we now know is Harper.
We later find out he's named Harper, but
and he gets up, he has just enough energy somehow to open the tomb door, the big stone door, he can move it. And he gets out and just looks up into the light and the door isn't sealed.
Yep. He's out. Yep.
Graham's died for nothing.
Graham's died for literally nothing.
Because Katherine wasn't even in there. Yeah. So literally got nothing out of that.
No. I guess Anna got Pearl, but
good for Anna, but that doesn't pan out well in the long run anyway. So
yeah, really for nothing.
There'll be a lot more to talk about with Tomb Vampires because honestly, only bad comes out of this, unfortunately. Yeah. So this is the new, like, big event for the season. Like now that the Tomb Vampires out, they're going to be the main antagonists. They're the main villains from here on out. Yeah. Yes. So.
Yeah, but that brings us to the end, and for this episode, of course, the two deaths, Graham's, who just passed away from natural causes.
Yeah, overexerting
herself. And then, of course, Stefan burned Ben to death earlier on in the episode.
Yeah, Ben McKittrick or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
Player.
Bartender.
Brutal way to go.
Terrible, but like rotten piece. He sucked.
Yeah, he was not the best.
Yeah.
But Sheila Bennett.
Grams.
So sad for Grams.
I think about her every day. You are not forgotten.
Yeah, no, I every day will tell anyone that will listen to me that we need a Grams like prequel series.
I need it so
Julie
badly.
Plec, I hope you're watching this.
Yeah.
Literally, please. We want a Grams prequel.
Yeah.
I love Grams. So.
She's so great. She seems like she had an amazing life. So
yeah, she definitely did, which is why she needs her own spinoff.
Yeah.
So rest in peace to Grams.
Yeah.
We'll see you again in spirit.
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But anyway, moving on to more fun things. We've got our out-of-pocket moments for this episode. There's one person that comes to mind for, like, a couple different reasons. Yeah. And the main one would be, which I don't know if you're thinking of the same person, because you also thought there was a person, right?
Yeah, I was thinking of just nominating a person generally, and then I could think of, like, a specific moment.
Yeah, mine is Tyler.
Okay, my person is also Tyler. Good. Yeah.
The one that I wanted to nominate for Tyler was when he says to Jeremy, "Do you even have any friends?" And it was just because Jeremy wouldn't give him weed. I thought that was so funny.
Pretty out of
Do
pocket.
you even have friends? Because Jeremy didn't offer
because
weed.
you don't want to give me something, even though I've never been nice to you.
Yeah,
and I've been actually horrible to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I punched you in the face when you were trying to reach out and be friendly with me. Yeah, that's
Tyler
pretty out
in
of pocket.
general.
I was just gonna say, like, Tyler generally, and like all of his conversations with Matt,
It's so funny.
Yeah, they're so good. But I really liked when he was like, I need my boys single.
Oh my god. Tyler. Yeah, so Tyler easily wins out of pocket. We'll just give it to him. Yeah,
we'll just give it to him. Yeah, we don't need any more than
Following
that.
in his mother's footsteps. They do like to just take it for just general personality.
Yeah, they have those personalities.
Yeah,
but
so congrats, Tyler, out of pocket.
Yes. And then my favorite quote, and my quote, is one we already talked about. It's when Elena says to Damon, you and I, we have something, an understanding.
Okay, that, I was going back and forth. That was I think I landed that was my second favorite quote, because my favorite quote was, I wanted it to be real, from Damon.
Okay, I did think about that, but I was thinking it's like in this whole, he says a couple things in a row.
He does.
So I wasn't sure, but I'm willing to give it to that because I also really love that.
Those were both the same. Like, I wrote both of those down because I was like, they're equally as good.
They are. Oh, but I wanted it to be real. And we were having fun even.
Yeah, we were having fun. I wanted it to be real.
Yeah, I wish we could give it to a whole conversation because...
Yeah, just the whole scene between Damon and Elena. Best quotes.
Yeah, honestly.
Well, we can make the rules, so we can say it's both of them.
Yeah, why not? It's all in the same conversation. They're having great rapport.
Yeah.
Why not?
The whole extended best quote. Just that whole scene.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Yeah.
On a, like, more difficult side to give a winner.
Yeah.
Song of the episode, there was not really any notable songs this one.
No.
Only one stuck out. So for me, I suppose it's my best song. I wish I could give it to the Tomb Vampire theme.
Yeah.
Because I love that. But Run by Leona Lewis was... the only one that really stuck out. That plays at the very end of the episode as Bonnie discovers Grams has died, and as Damon is sort of looking into the fire, grieving Katherine. So. Yeah,
that was mine too. There weren't a ton of... In fact, that was actually really the only song I remember. There was a little bit of music at the grill, but again, nothing... Yeah, there's always music at the grill, but
random background
it didn't stand out.
But that was the only real, like, thematic sort of, like, you know, it was used to set some tone. So, Run, Leona Lewis wins Best Song of episode 13? 14? I never know. I literally never know. So, that we will add that to our Spotify playlist of Best Song. We always add our best song from each episode in there. You can also go follow us on TikTok and Instagram at the Rippah Diaries podcast. We post lots of memes, edits, fun content, clips from the episodes.
Yes, and you can listen to us every Thursday. We drop a new episode. You can listen on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and you can watch the video version on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's it for...
Yeah, so this is season 1, episode 14. Yes. Fool Me Once.
Yes. Next week is season 1, episode 15.
A Few Good Men.
A Few Good Men. Yes.
Definitely looking forward to getting into more of this Tomb Vampire drama. Yeah. So I hope we see
Also, let's not forget the Bachelor auction. Oh. The most important thing.
It's been a while since we had a Mystic Falls event.
Right? Yeah, just these random parties. Yeah. So
always got to
be a good one.
Ready to get back into it.
Yes. So join us next Thursday for that episode 15.
Awesome. Thanks for watching and or listening. Bye.
Bye.